This is RavenKast Episode 2, recorded on Friday, November 9th, 2012. This is RavenKast, a podcast on the Guild Wars 2 experiences, opinions, and observations from the point of view of guild members of Ravenkin, a Sanctum of Raw guild.
Right here. Oh, you get texted during this?
Huh? No.
Where's that?
It's Words with Friends, people trying to start games with me even though I never play. I don't understand why they keep inviting me. Sorry, I apologize.
Excuse us.
Excuse us. That's from the last Muppet movie, like Miss Piggy and the rat guy are like dancing and Kermit's trying to talk to her and she's like, excuse us, and the little rat guy goes, excuse us, and it's just funny. It's not a rat, it's a cockroach, right? Or something. It's like
I've seen them.
it's a weird, creepy
I've
Muppet.
seen the movie, but I don't remember that part.
It's a very small part, but like it's just hilarious. Like the only line this little thing has is basically like dissing Kermit. Excuse us. And so I don't know. It's one of those things like we pick up the tiniest little clips of a movie, but only the person you watched it with gets it, you know?
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't.
Well, now you can watch for it. All the times you watch the Muppet movie, you can watch
You're
for it.
welcome.
It's in the new
Nah.
Jason Segel one. It's not one of the old ones.
I know. I saw it
Oh,
in the
okay.
theater.
Oh, look at you, fancy man.
You're
Going out to the theater.
Was little orphan Andy there? Going to her movie
No.
too? No? Daddy Warbucks there? Did he take you?
No. But next weekend, I get to go see Christmas Story.
Oh, the play?
Yeah. At the theater.
My, how classy.
Do you have enough monocles?
I was about to say I will be wearing my monocle. My two-lensed monocle.
Well, let's get our own show on the road. Like that
What?
segue. Huh?
We have a show?
Yeah, classy segue right there. On the show today, we have Ab.
Hello?
We have Slurms.
That's me.
And I'm Zelly. What you been doing this week in game, Slurms?
Oh, of course you start with me. Playing the Guardian, mostly. Got past level 50, finally. And actually, he's up to 53 now, making him now my highest level character. I had previously, when I started the game, started as a ranger, and...
You got labeled as a bot because you're a ranger.
Was it? Oh, yeah, I should, yeah.
I'm kidding.
That would have been funny, though. I just kept on running around in a circle killing things, and for some reason people had a problem with it. No, I don't know. I wanted to change, and I remember really digging the Guardian when I was in beta, so I went back and played it again, and I'm still digging it, so that's all I've been doing.
They're really fun in PvE. They could be
Yes,
fun
they
in
are.
WW.
They're annoying in PvP when you're fighting against them.
I said PvE.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
meant PvE. Did I say
No,
PvP?
no, I said
So-
PvP. They're
We're all clarified.
They're hard to kill in PvP from what I've seen of them.
I go down immediately.
They're too hot to handle.
Yeah. Just walking around slapping butts.
I figured you were gonna, I figured you were gonna follow up with the rest of that Bobby Brown lyric from Ghostbusters.
What, Ghostbusters 2, you mean?
Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
I should have specified.
Yeah.
If I say Bobby Brown,
there's a big difference.
come on,
Yeah.
as if Bobby Brown was in the first one.
He couldn't carry Ray Parker's jock.
What kind of beverage do you have tonight, Slurms?
Again, Di-Serono on the rocks.
I'm mixing it up. Getting crazy.
That's the same thing I had last
I
week.
know.
Do you put on some Drakkar when you drink that?
Just this monocle
Talks about the theater.
in stocks and bonds.
I don't think Drakkar goes with all that, but okay.
Probably not, but sure it does.
Well, Ab and I have not been in game much this week at all. We were out of town. He had a conference and I tagged along. So I did play my Necro, but I just ran around Queensdale. I didn't do much because I was on like a laptop and it couldn't really handle too much stuff. And for a beverage tonight, I have Captain and Diet. And was I correct, Ab? You didn't play much this week?
No, but right before I went, I hit 50 on my Elementalist, so I'm making progress, slow but steady.
Yeah, I was
Good
about to
stuff.
say. Is
What's
that
your
your
beverage?
What's that? That's my beverage? Oh, Corona Light.
Oh, going summertime with it, huh?
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, sure, sure. No, I went to 7-Eleven and that was like all they had. Besides, I mean, they didn't have any good beer, and this really doesn't qualify as a good beer. But I had
they
to.
didn't have any ultra shitty beer
No,
either?
they don't. They don't have game day anymore. I don't know what's
Oh.
up with that. I demanded to know where it was, and the guy just stared at me. So I took
Uh,
some Corona and a Butterfinger and left.
Corona and a, did you seriously buy a Butterfinger?
No, I wish I had though. Now,
Because it seems like every time you mention going to a 7-Eleven, there's a candy bar involved.
yeah. Well, they're all right. I mean, they're right between the walk from the beer to the front. So yeah,
Good product placement.
yeah, it works.
Impulse items right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the weirdest thing I saw, I had tweeted about it, but the 5 hour energy. Did you see that tweet?
Mhm.
The picture I took.
I missed that one.
They have a special decaffeinated version.
What?
What are you doing?
How does that work?
I don't know. It's just a 5 hour energy, no caffeine.
It's all sugar.
For
You
people
should just
who,
like
who love the taste of it.
especially for people who love the taste of 5 hour energy.
Yeah. There was one time that Zelly and I were at 7-Eleven, and the cashier, she said, these are the best when you put them in the freezer for a while. And as we're walking out, Zelly just goes, I'm never going to try that.
I'm a
Say it loud. Say it loud enough so that she could hear it.
Pretty much.
I did not.
I'm never trying what that stupid bitch said.
Never gonna try it.
So, yeah, Corona Light. Live it.
All right.
I was
Reserved
gonna ask-
names got released finally Friday, I think. Did you guys pick up any names that you've
Yesterday,
been
wasn't
waiting
it?
for? Huh?
Was it today or yesterday?
Oh no, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. I wasn't in town. Everything's all blurred together. I apologize. Well, did you manage to get the name you really, really wanted?
No. Well, because as you are one to remember, for listeners at home or in their car, wherever they may be listening to me speak right now, don't know, is I was actually out of town with Jason when the game launched, and you reserved my names for me.
I did yours first, then I did
Yep.
Jason's, and then I did mine.
Yeah, that's how awesome you are. But you couldn't get Slurm. So I was like, okay, it must be a reserved name. So the reserved names were released, and I still couldn't get Slurm. So I was kind of bummed about that, but you got me the other two most important ones, and that's all that really matters.
Slurm Mustachio.
Yeah,
Slurms.com.
yeah. So I'm
It's
still
Slurms
good.
with a Z. 'Cause he's
And I
extreme.
also have Crocodilus Pontifex.
I got him XXX Slurms XXX.
Fancy man of Cornwall.
Cornwood.
Cornwood, I'll drink for that.
Yeah, you drink for that. That's a mess. Yeah, I didn't get like 3 of the names I wanted at launch, so I should try those. I just actually got in a few minutes ago and did the whole run around the house and pet the cat and all that junk. So I'm going to buy an extra character slot tonight and see if anything opened up, but I doubt it.
Oh, you are gonna buy one?
I think so, because I want to
Have
try
you
it.
have you yet bought any character slots?
No. No,
Okay.
so
How about bank slots? Have you done that?
yes. Yes,
You
I
have.
have
I'm-
bought bank slots. I didn't need them, but
Oh,
I figure
I'm
I
like-
will need them.
I'm to the brim right now, and I'm very, very tempted to buy into one. The Halloween stuff really jacked me up.
If I didn't have, well, because I've been buying them, I'm not to the brim. But had I not bought any, yeah, I mean, I think I've got like 3 tabs full. So, 3 of the blocks full.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad I bought those because I don't
Wow.
have to. Because I have like one block for like stuff that's character bound, So I'll keep that stuff in there for that character. It's like their little locker,
Yeah, right.
All her stuff's in that row. Very anally organized.
Hot.
Yeah. And Jay, Ab, are you trying to get any names, or are you just giving up?
No, not really. There's only 3 that I really wanted, and I got them all. So now every time I make one, it's just trying to find a variation that works. So I got lucky. There's only really want to one of my names that goes quick, and I got that right away.
I got that right away.
Yeah, you did.
All right. And kind of big news, Refer a Friend free trial is coming on Monday the 12th. They're going to turn on the Refer a Friend ability, and you can invite up to 3 friends to play Guild Wars 2 with you for free from November 15th to the 18th. And all you have to do is have a GW2 account in good standing that was created before, like basically midnight-ish. November 6th is the cutoff. And for Ravenkin guildies, the leadership team has decided to open up our Mumble for the Refer a Friend weekend event. So if you have friends or family that are joining you for the event, you can give them the guild Mumble info and help them set it up. And there's no requirement for them to be in the guild to use our Mumble for this event. But the limitation there is you just keep the information to those that you have invited via Refer a Friend. So just don't spam out the information to anyone. Like if you've referred someone then they can use our guild stuff. Kind of to encourage what you do.
Just kidding. No, nothing.
Oh, do you have a list of people to refer?
Friends, God.
He's on the phone with them.
We're podcasting.
Oh.
I've got all 3 of mine used up and all 3 of Jason's used. Oh, Jason, I used up your Refer a Friend.
What? There's someone I want to refer from work.
Okay, you can do one.
Oh, thank you.
You can
Well,
have one.
Slurms can give us his.
That's true.
Slurms,
You can
I'll
have
use
mine.
yours.
Mine aren't going to good use.
Kids are too young. Who else are you gonna give them to?
Sad and
Aw.
lonely.
I actually have people.
Maybe my wife will want to play.
Mailman or something?
Maybe my wife will want to play.
That's funny.
Hey, wife, you want to play Guild Wars? She said no. She's very depressed about it too.
The people I'm going to invite.
You really sold it.
Hey, how many times can you cut me off? Can we try it one more time? Go for
Sure.
it. The people I'm gonna.
This DiSerrano's really good.
So the people I'm gonna invite actually don't play Guild Wars 2. Have no interest in playing Guild Wars 2, but I'm going to invite them anyway and bother them for the entire weekend and hope that they cave. That's my plan. I'm
Worked for
annoying like
Jason.
that. Yeah, eventually he gives up.
Just wear me down.
That's our love life.
That's how we got married.
Nicely, the whole Refer a Friend free trial coincides with the Lost Shores event. They said do not miss Friday noon PST, Saturday at noon PST, and Sunday at noon PST. There's a dynamic event starting. A chain starts Friday at noon, and then it chains some dynamic events apparently, and then another one on Saturday, and then another one like the pinnacle of it all on Sunday. It's a one-time event, but I don't know if it's going to be like a cutscene that just starts a dynamic event that you can participate. I'm not really sure. Obviously, no one knows really what's going to be there, but I do want to be there. And then after that, the whole thing unlocks a dungeon that will be there permanently after this. And speculation on, how annoyed are people that it's a one-time event?
There will be some people who will be that they won't be able to be there when it happens.
I'm 50-50. I'm bummed because I'm probably going to miss all of them. But I think it's cool that they are happening.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if I'm not there, I'll be annoyed, but it kind of it gives that game that alive feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that I've been wanting in an MMO. Like, rate these. If they continue to do these monthly and they continue to do these one-time events over the weekends, exactly what I've been wanting in an MMO. But I know with my lifestyle, I am not going to be able to hit them all. I have family, so.
I agree completely. I don't know if I'll be able to participate in any of that, but I'm glad that it happens so that, when I am able to make it to one, it's just that much more special. I mean, because otherwise, people are complaining. I say, well, I have to work, thanks a lot. And it's like, okay, well, they could do nothing for nobody. And, they're still have a great MMO and doing just as much as any other MMO out there. But no, instead, they're having these live events and you're going to complain because you're going to miss them.
I guess the one thing I would want them to change, one thing that kind of bums me out is like this is an example. Maybe this could be changed after this, after to see how it goes. These are all at the same time over the course of the 3 days. I would like to see them kind of at different times over the
Yeah.
course of the 3 days.
Well, if it is the dynamic event chain that starts, then I
Hmm.
assume events will like be going on for the rest of the
Okay,
day.
if
You know
that's
what
the
I
case,
mean?
yeah, that's
If
that's
if
fine.
that's the case, yeah.
Sure.
Any speculation on the dungeon, whether it's going to be maybe a Darkness Falls type of situation?
I don't think it's going to be that scale.
I hope. I mean, I would think they would. That wouldn't just be some surprise dungeon. They would advertise that, and probably you'd hear about it from beta testing or something. I don't. I don't know. I don't know how that would work, but I don't think they would just drop it in. I would love it, but
Yeah, I if unless you mean like what we had with the labyrinth, something just open,
I think it's
maybe.
going to be something with the Labyrinth, but I was hoping it would be something like Labyrinth and WVW. Like, bam, that would
Yeah,
be so cool.
that's the one thing that not the one thing, but one of the huge additions I would love to see in the game eventually. And just like in Dark Age Camelot, it didn't happen right away, but some place that we have to fight to have access to, that we have to control a portion of the World versus World map to be able to access.
hmm
Yep, I agree.
I hope. Yeah.
Dead air.
That would
Well,
be.
okay. If you look at that from the way the servers rotate, I mean, how do you make that work? Like, what do you make it? Who's winning in it? Is it going to be like that where you can only access it if you're controlling something, or is it open to everything, or
Well,
does it
I,
count towards the overall points at all for the server?
I don't know if I don't think that place would count. I think it's just something exactly like how Darkness Falls worked. That if you hold the largest percentage of keeps in World versus World, then you have access to it. And that gets people to go out there and try to cap keeps however way they need, whether it be stealthily or whatever, what have you, to get that percentage up so that they can get access to it. And it's the same situation that you're not automatically booted out of it when you lose it, but as soon as you leave, you can't get back in until you hold enough keeps. I mean, that's what happened a lot in Darkness Falls was you would have
Yeah.
the lower population servers going on these like early morning or late night runs to get keeps so they can get into DF.
Well, that's happening now.
Oh, it is, but
Yeah.
there's nothing opening up when they get those. There's
No, it's
no
just the winning that round.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
totally
Right.
like the way it is with the whole quote unquote winning thing. But if I had a something tangible that I was of a goal that I was going for with the winning, it would be
Yeah.
something to fight for.
I got way more excited about RVR in Dark Age Camelot once Darkness Falls was implemented.
Yeah,
Just because that you start to really hate your enemies because you'll be sitting there fighting in Darkness Falls. You don't realize, oops, we just lost, and you see this wave of enemies coming in to clear the dungeon for their
yeah.
for their side now because now they have access to it, and they just
Mhm.
wipe everything out. That
And
was so
stealth,
awesome. Those battles and the hatreds, and
and stealth, and like smaller scale fights between people played a bigger role. Stealth played a bigger role within Darkness Falls. I mean, if we had something like that, it could make an extra layer of PvP happen in the game that
oh yeah,
I want it.
so many times. Ab was a infiltrator, and so he
Oh,
would actually just before we were about to lose, he would camp
mm-hmm.
in DF, and then when
Yep.
he would log in again like a couple days later, where everyone had calmed down and thought they were safe.
Yeah.
And
That wasn't my main, but I played a hunter for a while. And I would do the same thing. I would camp him out somewhere and then pull him out, be stealth, and then start shooting somebody from across the room, and they would have to traverse mobs to try to get to me.
the other fun thing was too when you did find being on the other side, I wasn't a sneaky player, so I was the one getting ganked, and so you'd be laying on the floor dead and just send out the word. There's a stealther. I'm at this corner, this
Yep.
location, and like all like the big shots, especially the Reavers, because they could send out that pulse and mess
Yep.
up the stealth.
That was actually my main after my friar, but yeah.
and
Loved
go out, and then they would find, basically hunt down the stealthers, and it became this whole mini game inside the dungeon. But anyway, we're still talking about Dark Age of Camelot, but we're supposed to be talking about Guild Wars 2.
It's related.
It is. Some mechanics that we think would be implemented well.
Yeah, but yes, regardless of what this dungeon is, I'm happy that this is how they're adding content.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a surprise.
Supply.
What if the dungeon was you had to organize books?
Bam. Sold. I don't know.
That is a boring speculation. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I set the standards low, and you'll all be surprised. We'll be very happy.
Shannon be like, "Oh God, I'm at work."
Let's see. Server community stuff. There is a new looking for group website. If you've been having trouble finding groups for dungeons and stuff, it is called, I'm just going to spell it, fohtoh.net/LFGS. And it's a website where you can list yourself as looking for a group. And you should be able to list your character name and say what you're interested in. And the creator hopes that it will help in finding groups easier, so there's no more need to sit in Lion's Arch and spamming the server. He or she does want to know what you think and how it could be improved, and he has a post on the Guild Wars 2 subreddit. So check that out if you've had trouble finding dungeons and groups and stuff. That's more for the community that's listening rather than our guild, I would say. Any thoughts on that? No, probably not,
No,
since we don't really. Yeah.
I haven't used it yet. I'm not to the point of constantly wanting to find a group. Through my journey to 80, I am more of a solo player. I do like to participate in dungeon runs and such, but which is funny because here we have an MMO where my level doesn't mean as much once I'm at least to a certain point, but I still prefer to run around solo and just experience the game at my own pace.
Yeah, plus
But
I've actually participated in dungeons more than I even wanted to, because usually, well, not more than I wanted to, more than I guess I wouldn't be looking for it on my own yet, but because it gets tossed out in guild chat so much, just, hey, who wants to join? It's like, well, all right, I'll check that out.
Same thing with me. At this point in the game, I probably never would have done a dungeon yet, but I've gone on a few runs because of the guild. That said, the looking for group site is a good idea. But I do hope ArenaNet puts some sort of a system in place. I don't know. Part of me wants them to not put a system in place, but part of me does. I don't know, because I know how it worked out in WoW that
it just seemed like
kind of deadened the feeling of the game.
Actually, it deadened the need for guilds. One of the guys we used to group with in SWTOR all the time, he's actually playing in WoW right now, and he said it's basically there's absolutely no need for a guild. I mean, it's just a chat room now for him and his buddies, because with the Dungeon Finder the way it is, you never need a guild. You don't need to have your raid teams and a static group like that to work through content. You can just jump into anything anytime you want, which is great for the casual player. But at the same time, I feel like you kind of must miss out on that team building experience. Like,
what if you do something like where you add it, but you add maybe a magic find bonus for doing it with guildies or something like that?
Maybe.
You know what I don't know. Just something to incentivize. Like as a user who logs in, I can totally see the benefit of trying to just hit that button and find something, but maybe give a little bit extra, not something huge, but something to get you to do it with your guildies. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
can
how
leave
you
it
do
out, but I can say that because I have a guild that I like.
Right, exactly. That's kind of the tricky part, is that you have to be able to find a good guild first. And
Yeah, well, I mean, you're in a game called Guild Wars. They need to make guilds purposeful.
They need to make them war.
if anything, there needs to be a really good looking for guild tool.
Yeah, which there are great websites for that too. But yeah, everything seems to be external so far.
Yeah. I would actually prefer there be a better tool in the game for finding a guild and not a group.
And I want to order pizza in game.
Or play Peggle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Plants vs Zombies, duh.
That would be cool. You're controlling like a Sylvari.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvari versus Ascalonians. I don't know.
Gold.
There you go.
Money.
Done.
That's what that equals.
We just
Run
did
with
that.
it. and then get sued by Zynga or who the hell else is whoever the hell is
PopCap.
over
That's
PopCap.
PopCap.
God damn it! Sorry, PopCap. I did
Yeah,
not mean to.
they're really offended by that.
Yeah, they might actually be.
Sorry.
Don't let Jeff Green hear that.
Yeah. Sorry, Jeff. If you're listening to this.
I know you are. You're in the bathroom, in the bath, listening to this.
Oh God.
Well, let's move on to guild news. Let's see. This may be a shorter show, but oh well.
Got stuff going on.
We do. We had a guild meeting this week. Actually, there was one yesterday and there's one tonight, which I want to catch, which is why we're kind of cutting this a little quick. But you were there yesterday.
I was off and on.
Can you kind of run down for, guildiness? Like, what did I miss? What do I need to know?
There was a few notes that I can remember. I was the meeting that I went to. I was off and on. I got to it a couple minutes late, and then I had to leave after I had my open floor talk.
You had an
to
open
change
floor
my wife's.
talk?
Well, they left the floor open to everyone one by one to say anything they wanted to or ask any questions they wanted to, and I said hi, and that's about it. But then I had to go change a headlight. So, anyways, there's a big push for everyone to use Mumble.
What did people think of that?
Everyone, what did they think about it? Everybody kind of stayed silent on Mumble as they said that. But yeah,
I kind of have mixed feelings. I mean, it's great to be a Mumble and everything. And especially like for dungeon runs, WW, any type of organized grouping at all, or if they're doing like an event, definitely need it. Or just board evenings, go ahead and jump in there. But there are times when I actually cannot use Mumble as a grown up with a child.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, they said that they understand it's a casual guild, so if you can't make it in there, it's totally understandable. But it helps out with the whole feeling of good community within the guild, and to hear everybody's voice and get to know one another better. So if you got it, use it. Unless you don't want to. But
Then don't use it.
Then don't use it. But other than that, they mentioned that they were going to be removing profession leads, basically because there's not much of a need for it within the guild. There's a ton of information out there on the net anyways if you want to know something about your chosen class. But the sections of the Ravenkin forums will still be there for the separate classes, for any like internal discussion that needs to happen. But yeah, that's about it. And everyone really likes me.
Yeah.
If you probably won't find audio on that.
Oh, really?
Because there was just
That's
so
suspect.
much. There was just so much of it.
It broke
coming
the
in.
internet.
It was a mess. It took down Mumble for a minute because everybody was like, "Oh, that's Slurms. He's so awesome."
All right.
That's about it. That's all I can remember. And
Okay.
Odie was there, so Odie says
Yay.
hi.
I love Odie.
We need to have him on a show.
We do. We'll have to adjust our schedule in order to have him on a show soon.
Whatever.
Whatever we have to do.
Exactly.
Let's see. There
Money's
is
no option.
I'm sorry?
Money's no option. I said it wrong. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, that's not right.
No,
cut that out.
You're crushing it, man. Come on.
God damn it.
There's a dungeon run tonight at 10 p.m. Central. Not really helpful for anyone listening, but it gives us some motivation to wrap this up on time because we have a guild meeting before that, dungeon after that, so we would be having to record the podcast at like 1 a.m. if we didn't do it early. Fridays do tend to be dungeon run night, so if that doesn't work for you as a member of Ravenkin, speak up in guild chat or in Mumble, and generally dungeon run can go at almost any time, or if you need to schedule something in advance and start something, use the forum. Also, Death Darts tomorrow at noon and 7 p.m. Central. Go to both. It is a very good time. Have either of you been to one?
Nope.
No.
Okay, what you do is you go to the Asura capital. What's it called?
Radasun.
Radasum. And you climb up to this one area where you get into this one bridge, and there's a a crevice that goes way down, and you can't see the bottom because it gets foggy or misty. And you jump. The first person, who is generally the guild leader, he jumps off and at varying distances, I guess you'd say. But because you can't see the bottom, you're not sure where he is down there. And the person who gets closest to him, actually, the people who get closest to him get to continue, and they eliminate people. Whoever's the furthest away each round gets eliminated. So then they keep running that until they have the top however many for prizes they have for that run. And it is, they call it death darts, and it is absolutely super fun. So
Cool.
go to those if you can. And they have them at different times, so it really, no matter your time zone, you hopefully can make one.
Hopefully I will.
All right. I think that wraps it up. Just a bit of information you'll notice in our verbiage at the end of our podcast, but just in case it gets spoken over, our website is ravenkin.enjin.com, and our email is info.ravenkin@gmail.com. You can check us out on Twitter at RavenKast with a K. Our individual Twitters, mine is at Zelibeli, Zelibeli. What's yours, Slurms?
It is @_Slurms. SLURMS.
And what's yours, Ab?
Mine is Jabberant. Jabberant.
There you go. That's how you get to know us. Send us some messages, info, feedback, questions, concerns, tauntings.
See pictures of my kids playing with my lightsaber and my Darth Vader helmet.
I like that. What I really loved was that your daughter was in the Darth Vader helmet. I love that.
Yeah. Son asked to get it out, and then she was like, I get a turn. I was like, okay.
Good stuff. And I think that's it for the show today.
Ravenkin is a casual Guild Wars 2 guild fighting for Sanctum of Raw. The views expressed in this podcast are the personal and official views of the specific RK members in the podcast. Our views should not be misrepresented as the official views of anyone or anything else. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to info.ravenkin@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at ravenkin.enjin.com. Well, Ben Kuchera says Star Wars Episode 7 has a writer.
Well, that's good.
Well, I'm just saying, it's the same person who wrote Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I read that, I think, yesterday.
Yeah. And also Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
So there's that. We got that going for us.
Well, that is